maybe not. Orianna just laying down some damage. It looks like Olaf's going to be coming out of the backside for this Zed. This is going to be a really damaging fight for Zed if he doesn't get out of there. Shadow Mark. Now this fight is actually pretty crucial because top lane is going to go down. They need to make a play here. WTF 5 AP on Zed needs to make a move here to be able to push this and get Dragon out. And then they'll be back in the game with the gold.
And man, these two teams have essentially reversed positions. Purple team going towards that blue tower, and Zed, he is going under that tower very deep. I don't know if he's going to be able to make it out of this one.
Zed looks like he's in a little bit of a bad way, but Shyvana's going to get out of there because she was pretty low on health. Orianna and Shyvana goes down. He gets blown up by Jinx, good old Super Mega Death Rocket.
Man.
Lee Sin is seen. There's just wards everywhere. This is beautiful. I love this. Season 4 is going to be amazing with all these wards. I'm so excited.
It's funny that you mentioned that because they were trying to bring a little more control to the ward game, but with the Season 4, just a lot's been going down, and Annie flashes over that wall, drops timbers on top of Jinx's face, and she is going to go down to Annie. Here comes Orianna off from the side. There's a command shockwave pulling in Ezreal and Annie, and oh man, they're just fighting for their lives. Lee Sin's nearby to provide them with a little moral support. Annie going deep. Oh, there's Shyvana. She's going to pick up that kill on Annie. And there goes Annie. Oh, man. She chased a little too far for that Orianna there.
Now, Ezreal's in a weird way because Shyvana's right here. They're going to go in and try to take out the Orianna, but she has the shield. Can the protect? And the Zhonya's is going to save her. Can she keep up? She does. She stays alive. Zhonya's save again. Shyvana's looking to get this Lee Sin. I'm going to follow them for just a second because this is a great chase. Around the bend and through the woods and over the grandmother's house they go. We got to be careful though. We have Leona and Shyvana, but Zed. Here comes the Zenith Blade, gets the kill on the Lee Sin, and Zed's gonna back out and push on the middle lane. That's what needed to happen. AP on 5, AP on Zed, yeah, needs to go. Nice. There goes the sensing wards going down to C, and Zed's gonna try to contest 1v3.
And there he goes, just jumping in on there. He's trying to kill Leona. Unfortunately, he doesn't do anything. He got caught by Jinx's trap, and they finished him off, and they're going to pick up that dragon at the same time. Man, very strong showing by AP5 on Zed. Their long name, excuse me. But they're making a really strong comeback right now. They've essentially closed the gold lead to just a little under 2K. They're looking very good right now, just baiting Purple Team into these team fights left and right. They're doing a great job.
All right. Thanks, Jazz McFreely. I really appreciate it. And Shanks McShiv, I'm doing that. 5 APZ, that's what the name's going to be now, from Old School Tesseract.
I like it.
Good stuff. All right, so Lee Sin goes back into his jungle, and he's going to be getting his red because he needs that extra damage now that 5APZ is back in the game. That dragon and those kills with that fight on bot lane really set the tone for the rest of this match. Now they aren't just going to be able to steamroll through here. Chromatic has to watch their game really heavily now.
They had a really good lead coming into this match, but they've slowly let that slip away due to really silly classic solo queue takes, going in a little too deep here, diving, bad dives there. So they really need to get their game together. And here comes 5APZ. They want to converge on this Ezreal, but he's just going to simply walk away with the help of those vision wards.
Yeah, and now they're really just rotating around the jungle again, and the team fights are a little bit unique in this. Their dynamic is in jungle instead of in lane, which is what you see normally. But all of these, the sensing, they actually, check this out. Leona switched out from her ward to the Greater Lens after she picked up the Sightstone.
You're absolutely right. And that's going to give them the ability to really do a better job clearing out these wards. No one really is picking up any vision words, especially because of the recent changes they went through, because vision words are no longer visible. And in bot lane, we got Jinx and Ezreal duking it out. Jinx ends up using his jump to get away, and now Lee Sin is down there on the chase for Jinx. She gets slowed, and she does end up getting dropped by Lee Sin.
That was really close. Turn around and get that zap on for a slow, and then the flash was down, so she would have a really hard time to get out there. But Lee Sin's still playing around in this bot lane, trying to get Orianna, but the shield is too strong. We have Leona going in and do a little bit of damage, but can we get those passives popped off? That's my favorite. Zed's gonna come in and Zonya's
the Zonya's
gets burnt to death from Annie. Here we go, we got a Shadow out there, but the Xenoblade moves around. Zed's still alive, tries to get saved by Lee Sin from his Iron Will safeguard, but wasn't able to do it. Leona gets taken out from Ezreal. This is a great push for Chromatic. Now they can get this tower in here. Jinx is not going to be able to stop all three of them. Two of them. Well, we do have pretty low. She decides not to push in. They had two against Jinx, but they wanted to leave and get some more gold, it looks like. But Olaf is going to just keep on chasing this Udyr, even though he's a bear and a turtle and a phoenix at the same time.
Oh man, just look at those undertows doing work, slowing Udyr down all day long. But Olaf is going to go ahead and give up the chase because unfortunately he ran out of mana.
Yeah, that happens. And Olaf does have Ghost. And that is kind of, yeah, he does need it just so that he can just push off, especially when he pops his Ragnarok. Ghost is so impressive. Let's look at the CS real quick. We were really low on Orianna. If you remember about the first 10 minutes of the game, Zed really was on top of Ori's, but now she's only, looks like 15 behind, so that's really not too bad. So, her game gets ridiculously strong as soon as she gets any type of mana regeneration, which she did with that tier.
You're absolutely right, and she's done a great job coming back into this game, and looks like the creep score on all sides is fairly even. The only difference there right now is Jinx and Ezreal.
Yes, Jinx, Ezreal is quite a bit on top, and we're having a good old fight coming in here. Ezreal is just laying down the damage over and over again. Mystic shot, auto attack, miss a shot, auto attack. Does what he does. We get a Xenoblade on top of him. He pops his berry, gets knocked down from the Jinx, just throwing down the damage. Another, the ultimate, which is Solar Flare from Leona. But he's Slipper, he's able to get out. Towers are going to go down here. We have attack speed all over the place. Xenoblade again onto Lee Sin to try to zone him out. Super Mega Death Rocket and secures the zone, and they are able to push again. If they're going to go for this third tower, it's going to be a little bit difficult. We have timers coming up on the right-hand side. Zed's pushing in that inhibitor. Base race action. This is exciting.
I don't know if they're making a good bet on this one. Purple team. Chromatic just lost 3 towers and an inhibitor, whereas they only picked 2 towers and the lane inhibitor. But now it's turning back on them because purple team is going in on blue to prevent them from going back. Man, Udyr picks up the kill on Leona. They're gonna keep on going. Oh, there's another kill.
Shockwave pulls
their
in.
best to just back away.
That's. Now this is the best base race you could possibly imagine. However, we're having an issue because Zed pushed an inhibitor and one of the Nexus towers.
Yeah.
So I got the barrier and the shield, the command protect, and he's gonna might go down. Goes down from Orianna's auto attack. They're gonna have to back off because we have a home guarded Zed coming in for real. He's on it, trying to attack as hard as possible, but nope, she's going to be able to get away from this because she can speed herself up. Can you get in, Zed? I don't think... Oh, you got zapped. Now you're stuck. So let's talk about this for a little bit. This is intense. They just lost a Nexus Tower, but both of them lost an inhibitor, so minions are the same right now.
Absolutely. I was going crazy just watching that fight go back and forth. Blue team, AP5 on Zed had the right idea. They're just going to group up and push that mid all the way up, but unfortunately for them, that plan kind of backfired for them because Zed and Udyr were off split pushing in their own little worlds, and because of that, a couple team members on Chromatic did end up going down, but they revived just in time to prevent 5 AP on Zed from backing, so that enabled Zed to pick up that one of those Nexus turrets. So technically they're in the lead right now, and there's another pickup up for them for the Dragon, so that's going to put their gold lead at 5k right now.
5k, well, yeah, 4k right now. At this second 4k, but that is very easily changed with one team fight in a Baron. They can get you really close to that 4k mark. We had the death mark going on down to Orianna. She throws down her Zonias immediately, does not get death marked, and saves herself from the ignite. However, she's in a very precautious area. Let's see what happens here. Lee Sin is going to just go ahead and be his slippery self.
And I feel like Fights is just making the wrong bets. He's going a little too ham on those dives against 5 AP right now. He's going in too deep and just getting caught out. And now that Orianna, she's had that Zhonya's for quite some time, and she can just use that to prevent that extra mark damage from going off.
Now, we have a couple of team members over here waiting for trying to call out this Baron because they knew it was going to happen. But it is 5v3 right now 4 because Udyr just got here, but Zed is pretty far away. So they're going to have to be careful with this. And who's the Baron going to go to? Get a Shyvana throwing in. They're going to do a whole bunch of damage, and Lee Sin's trying to take out this Baron. Baron goes to Leona with an auto attack and tries to stun out as good as possible on this Lee Sin. Lee Sin goes down to Leona. Udyr goes down to Olaf, and it's just Zed's going to have to stay away.
Yeah, and Zed just picked up the kill on Jinx. What a bet by 5 AP right there. They made the bet that they were going to pick up Baron, and unfortunately for Chromatic, they weren't able to properly contest that. And Leona simply auto-attacked the Baron for the pickup, and that's exactly what they needed. The gold has now pretty much evened up. It's only about, a 600 gold lead
and
for Chromatic.
That's exactly what I was talking about. A team fight in a Baron just really evens everything up. And that's what happens when you have Smite that's on cooldown. They went down and he probably, as far as I remember, he smited that dragon, right? So smited the dragon, that's when you got to think, do I really need to smite this dragon? Or am I going to need to contest it? What's actually going to be needed? And later on, you got to make sure that you have that smite up, because that would have been a save for Baron on the Chromatic side.
Man, very, very risky bet right there by 550, but you know, they came out on top. Good stuff for them. And check out this Leona. She's looking pretty strong with that Baron buff, blue buff, and she's got the little buff from Targon's bracelet right there. Just looking really cool with all those floating things around her.
Tons of floating things. This is Particle Land. Gonna go for that inhibitor one more time. We have Leona and a lot of tank actually right here. However, it's a little bit dangerous, but we have everybody in the team coming in really quick. Orianna's going to do lots of damage all over Lee Sin's face. There's a solar flare to stop and slow some more people down. Zed's not going to dive on top of Orianna this time. Jinx is looking scary low. She's going to back off. Use a super mega death rocket. Command shockwave does a whole bunch of damage. And who's going to go down the most? Who we got? Ezreal coming in and taking that Olaf. Let's go. Who's going to pick up the East? Ezreal. Shyvana goes in, and Orianna takes down the Lee Sin.
Whoa! In the flash from Ezreal.
Oh, so close. Looking at that 70 health.
Oh man, I was biting my nails for Ezreal right there. But unfortunately, even though he did live, Shyvana and Orianna are gonna turn their eyes to this Nexus turret. And they're just ignoring the damage that Ezreal's trying to lay down in them. And look at Orianna just chunking him with one skill. Oh man. And
moves out of the way.
And everything he's sending out.
Yeah, gotta get rid of that barrage. And he comes in to do the damage, has the barrier, has the shield. Ezreal does get the kill up on Orianna, but we're going to see Shyvana go ahead and get away from this. Wow, she gets attacked by that red buff. Might be able to get slowed enough for Udyr to get in, maybe? Looking like a bear. Arr, bears run fast downhill. Oh, he's going to stop on the minions? Yes, he is.
Man, and that was a very close call by Ezreal right there. Good thing for him, and he came in with the exhaust on Orianna to prevent her from getting that last auto attack off with that auto attack slow. So he lucked out on that one, and now they're going to go ahead and counter push, knowing that Orianna is still down. She's still got 10 seconds up, so they need a bust a bit right now. And here comes Leona, and she's just going to scare them off.
Yep, she's just there to zone him out. Looks like Zed's going to try on the... Nope, he's going to back instead, right in the middle of everybody. Now he's going to back away. He's afraid of 5 people. I wonder why.
And you know, Fight Spice has just been entirely too fearless, even to a fault this round, because he keeps on going in there trying to bait someone to come get him. And unfortunately for him, when he baits someone, he baits the entire team, and that has just turned against him time and time again. He was, what, 7-1 at the beginning of this game, but now he's 10-6.
Well, it's because
And
the really intelligent pickup, the early Zhonya's pickup from Orianna, being able to stop the Death Mark and the Ignites from actually happening, which is a lot of damage change. We're going to come up, this is it right here. This team fight is going to determine this fight because all they need is that Nexus. They do not have a tower. So let's go ahead and get on this.
oh gosh, those Undertows going in there, just laying in as much damage as they can, but they're gonna get chased away from this.
Just chasing away, they're trying to pull away just a little bit. They're going to use their poke to their advantage and try to get minions involved, which is intelligent. Leona goes in, Solar Flare, Zenith Blade on top of Ezreal. Ezreal's going to flash out Barrier. We have a whole lot of damage coming down on Udyr. They're pushing really hard on Jinx, but Jinx is going to go down. And Shyvana is also going to go down. They're all really low. Chromatic is looking good. We have a Shockwave most likely going to come in. Last second. Nope. That's it. 5 for nothing. This is going to be a really hard time. Now, if they can come in and if they're going to go for bottom, then they might be able to pull in this last bit, or they're going to push in this tower inhibitor. I'm not sure if this is the end of the game or not. This could be it, though.
They got a long time to really do whatever they want. They got 20 seconds in. They got a lot of push power. Ezreal, Zed, Lee Sin, just all able to push Udyr. Here comes that first inhibitor, and they've only got one next tower to burn through, so they're oh man, I don't even know.
3 seconds.
Here comes AP5 Zed. They're starting to respawn.
Oh, the Nexus.
Like they're not.
Here it is. Good game, guys.
Man. Oh, 5 AP Zed was looking really strong up until that final team fight where unfortunately everything just went against them. You know, Orianna had a pretty decent ult. Leona flashed in there to drop her ult, but that wasn't enough for them. And they just ended up dropping like lives, and that was a 5-for-0 trade. And you know that really let Chromatic just do that final push there.
Yeah, that final fight, they really decided to. They split up really heavily. They went for Ezreal and they went for the Jinx. And unluckily for them, the way that Ezreal works is he's able to go out with his shift, and then he's able to flash out, and he had his barrier. So he was able to stay alive and be able to get out of everything as much as possible. Jinx doesn't have that availability to get out of the fight like Ezreal can. So they really split the fight hard, and then, as Zed does, he just pushed and decided, instead of going for Orianna, went for the Jinx, and that was really hard for them to be able to handle.
You're absolutely right. So, you know, those really clutch decisions in that team fight really shined through and enabled them to pick up the W right there. So congratulations to Team Chromatic on that victory.
Yes, that was a really good victory. All right, and I need an invite from Team Reverie or Trendsetters, whoever is running it. I'm not sure. Is it Renoa or?
Let's go ahead.
Waiting for you guys to invite us. I'm gonna sing a song until you invite us. So you're probably gonna.
Yep, we're looking for an invite from Renoa or.
I did it already.
I just saw the name. It was Symbian. Did I say that right? I'm not sure.
What?
Symbian from Team Reverie.
It is. We have Trendsetters. Yeah. Yeah, Trendsetters is gonna get streamed. We're just trying to wait for an invite. There. Oh, that is it? We are streaming Trendsetters and Team Reverie next game.
And I just got the invite from Rainbow Gummy Bear, who is part of Trendsetters. Here we go. Dive in head first into the next match.
All right, everybody. So I've been getting word that there's a little bit of lag going on. I am doing my best to try to get any more bandwidth involved. I'm not sure if it's coming from us or Twitch or like things that are going on. What's it like? Give me some feedback, folks. Waiting for information. All right, one sec.
Roman says it's fine. Video stutters, audio doesn't. So
Okay.
I don't know.
All right, guys. 1 second. I'm just gonna take a small little break, and everybody just go ahead and give some thanks for something, and we'll be back.
Thank you to you guys for coming. That's my thanks.
Deal with it.
Alrighty. Do 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 do. Yeah. Zed had way too much AP for them to handle. I have to agree with you. Alrighty. Anyone's watching? From the team here. Yes, put in that stream.
Yes, come watch us. Come watch us, friends. Tell your friends, tell your family, tell everyone you love. Come watch Thunderdoge Sports.
Underdog Esports. Yeah.
Dog.
So, just to let you know, we had one person said, "Why don't you guys cover up the champions when they're picking so that they can't see?" We're not playing a blind, so whenever they actually hover over anything or click on anything, that does They are able to see them regardless. So when we're talking about them and they can see them, there isn't any issue with us seeing that. Just to let you know, just answering the questions. Da, 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 da. And they're going to be starting here pretty soon. I'm just going to dance for a while. Yeah, I could possibly cover up those summoner spells so they don't know.
Yeah, we could do that. But no, Shank, you do bring up a very good point. The thing that Riot has been doing their best to avoid for years now is power creep. But unfortunately, we are noticing a very, it's progressively getting, it's essentially what it is. Power is slowly creeping up on us, especially with all these reworks to older champions and then bringing them back into the game. But the reworks aren't coming out fast enough to keep all the champions relevant. So yeah, it's a struggle right now to just keep everything balanced. Yes, there is a second match, Chaz.
Yeah, there's going to be 3, possibly 4 tonight.
Possibly.
Yep, depending on how the games go.
But yeah, our second match is going to be up. It's going to be Team Reverie versus Trendsetters. Or
Is Blue Side Team Reverie? Rainbow Gumbeer, we got Anonymous Thug. Woo! Yeah.
Yeah, Anonymous Thug is Trendsetters. And then the other one is Team Reverie.
Awesome.
So yeah, how's everyone liking the preseason? What's your favorite part about the preseason so far, Red?
My favorite part is the changes to support, because I played a lot of support. I played bot lane, so I played a lot of ADC and a lot of support, and I love the concept of being able to have more strength on the supports while maintaining a little bit of gold lead. These trinkets are just really strong for me. I like them a lot.
Yeah, definitely. And the other thing I actually really like about the supports is the scaling utility. So you've got people like Janna and Lulu who now scale their utility with more AP. So for instance, Janna has the ability to make her W slow people even more. And just to expand on that, I have a video that I posted on my Twitter, which everyone should follow, by the way, of Janna reaching 100% move speed with her W. Wow. She gets over 1,000 AP, and her W then has 100% move speed reduction, and she uses it on Udyr, and you just have to see it. Go check out the video, check my Twitter, go see it. It's awesome.
Twitter's at the bottom of our names here, at T-Dog Redderick, and then if I could go on his screen, which can't try. Nope, doesn't work. But it's at Yasashii_LOL. There it is.
But yeah, check it out. It's a very interesting video. It's crazy how it works. But another thing that's really awesome is the One for All that just recently came out. Have you had the chance of playing any of those, Red?
Of course, I played with you, in fact.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Racist.
What? Where did that even come from? I don't even know where that came from. I'm not racist.
Yeah, so I agree with you, Shanks McShiv. Yeah, they're the scaling utility and some scaling ways that don't matter. That's why we have preseason. We need to have that all hashed out as best as possible before we go into actual season. And which one are you actually talking about in particular, Shanks McShiv?
I'm gonna find that video.
Yeah. I'm gonna dance for you guys.
Here we go. Well, for those of you guys who aren't following me on Twitter,
Mosquito. That's for Tito. The Nami changes? Well, let me tell you something, Shiv. The Nami changes are actually I'm way happy with them, because before they were on PBE about Nami, they were going to take away the knock-up from everything that she has. Her bubble wasn't going to knock, it was just going to slow. And her ultimate wasn't going to knock up either. The wave was just going to have a really strong slow on it. And that was on there for